Guys, today I have an interesting video for you. We are going to go through Bengals history. And we have on this list right here 5 of the arguably best teams in Bengals history. That is the 88 Bengals, the 91 Bengals, the 2022, the 2021, and the 2015 Cincinnati Bengals. Then we have our current roster, which is 2024. And then finally, we have the 2 worst years in Bengals history where we went 2-14. And if I go over here, those 2 years are going to be 2019 and 2002. Those are arguably the worst years in Bengals history. And as we can see, this is how the bracket ended up. So our first matchup is 1981 Bengals versus the 2019 Bengals. Second matchup, 2021 Bengals versus 2015, 2002 versus 2024, and 2022 versus 1988. Let's go ahead and get right into the Madden simulation and let Madden figure this one out. So for our first game here, I had to put the 81 Bengals on a different team just so that they could play head-to-head with the actual Cincinnati Bengals from 2019. So this is the 81 roster. It's led off by Ken Anderson. We also got Alexander, Griffin, and Hardgrove. We also have Chris Collinsworth, Isaac Curtis. We have Kreider, we have Ross, and so on and so on. Of course, we also have Anthony Munoz on the left-hand side here. I turned off X Factors. I know it shows X Factors. I turned them off, so it's not really, like, a player being an X Factor or not doesn't really matter for this game. Because, you know, in real life there is no X Factors. But this is what this squad looks like, and we're going to now go ahead and kick off until the 2019 Bengals, which was a rough year. And then we have the 2019 Cincinnati Bengals, led by Andy Dalton, with Joe Mixon in the backfield, Tyler Boyd, John Ross out there at wide receiver, with AJ Green, Tyler Eifert, CJ. We also have this offensive line, Billy Price, who we ended up trading away, which was a beautiful trade away. Jesse Bates. We have Williams, we have Drake Patrick, William Jackson, we have Dunlap. I mean, it was an interesting season. But we are about to see how this game's going to go and who will progress in this tier list. 1 second, guys. Alright, so let's get right into this game now. Starting off right away, let's go ahead and go to Super Sim. Let's go to Jump Forward and End of Game. So starting off right at 181. Whoa, okay, so they got a safety. The 90, okay. All right, my brain just had a brain fart, to say the least. The 2019 Bengals got a safety in this game. That's what I was trying to say. And it just completely had a brain fart. Excuse me there. Nonetheless, though, the 2019 Bengals just won. So, my brain fart aside, the 2019 Bengals just beat the 81 Bengals. Andy Dalton, 3 tutties, 235 yards in the game. Joe Mixon, 71 yards on the ground. AJ Green, 64 yards and a touchdown. Sacks-wise, we had 1 sack total by Nick Vigil. I always say this guy's name incorrectly, actually. Is it Virgil? I've always said his name incorrectly. That's one player I cannot say. And yes, only one player. I say every other name correctly. 257 yards and 2 touchdowns for Ken Anderson. Charles Alexander, 44 yards on the ground. We have Kreider, who actually led the team, but Isaac Curtis also had a good game. Collinsworth had 4 receptions, 64 yards. But just like that, the 81 Bengals are knocked out of the bracket. That's interesting. But okay. Let's get on to the next matchup. That was definitely an upset. So the 2019 Bengals will go ahead and move on. And we're about to find out who they're about to play. Because the 2021 Bengals have to play the 2015 Bengals. Let's see how this goes. 2015. The year that we almost got our first playoff win. If Jeremy Hill didn't fumble the game away. So our 2015 squad right here. Led by Andy Dalton. With Gio Bernard. Jeremy Hill. Jones. AJ Green. Mohamed Sanu. Defensively, Dre Kirkpatrick. He's all the way down here, actually. Adam Pac-Man Jones. Newman. Carlos Dunlap. Geno Atkins. A star-studded roster is going head-to-head with arguably one of the best teams in Cincinnati Bengals history. By the way, I had to make them the Chargers just like the Colts because, you can't play head-to-head there. Against Joe Shiesty. This would be the year that the Bengals go to the first Super Bowl in a very, very long time. And this squad, as you can see, it got some kick to it. It's got some kick to it. But the question remains, what will happen? Which team will come out dominant and continue on to the next round? Let's get it. Alright, so now taking a look at our 2021 NFL roster. The roster that went ahead and got to the Super Bowl, sadly did not finish. We are led by Joseph Burrow. We have, obviously, Samaje Perine, Joe Mixon, Travion Williams, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, John Ross, CJ. Offensive line, kind of mid, not the greatest. It was definitely an interesting year. Defensively, definitely helped us out a lot. I actually forgot that Mike Daniels was on our roster in 2021, but creating this roster actually reminded me of that. So let's go ahead and get right into this game. All right, next game. Again, I know it's weird that they're like listed as the Chargers, but that's just kind of how it works. But let's go ahead and get right into this. So, Paycor Stadium. First game technically at home. So, starting off right away, we have a Joe Burrow versus Andy Dalton show. We also have a Joe Mixon, Samaje Perine, and Travion Williams versus Bernard Hill and Cedric Pureman. Let's just see how this goes. Alright, let me go ahead and jump forward here, and let's go to the end of the game. So, starting off 7-0, okay, 14-0, 2021 is getting the job done here so far. Joe Burrow is definitely helping out a lot. 28-10, okay, 35-10, 35-17, and it looks like 2021 is the victor. So let's go to view, not highlights, my bad. Let's go to player stats. Andy Dalton tried his best here. And actually, Joe didn't have a good game at all. Wow, he had a actually pretty mediocre game. Words, apparently. Wow, CJ actually had a pretty good game. Mohamed Sanu had a good game. Okay. Defensively, 3 sacks, 2 sacks. Carlos Dunlap had 1 sack. And then there was 2 interceptions in the game, obviously. So let's go ahead and get on to the next one. But not before we update the bracket. Alright, so here is the updated brackets. We have 2021 moving on from the 2015 roster, going in against the 2019 roster now. Now, of course, we do have that bottom roster set up currently, but I think I'm going to do the top one first, and then we're going to go through the bottom ones. Never mind. Let's go through the bottom ones. Let's kind of go this in order here. 1 second. All right, so we got the 2002 Cincinnati Bengals right here, and listen, okay, they were definitely an interesting team. Corey Dillon was amazing. Achilles Smith was absolutely garbage. The team was in a very weird environment, especially with the fact that they had a 2-14 season this season, and yeah, it was pretty bad. But we also have a pretty good squad, which is the 2024 Cincinnati Bengals, led by Joe Burrow and, of course, Zach Moss. And Yeah, it's a pretty dang good squad. Now, obviously, it's less. There are some rookies that are missing from this, but we're just doing one game, so I'm just doing the players who would be starting anyway. But let's go ahead and get right into this game, guys. One sec. All right, let's get right into this game, and let's see which team will be the team that progresses to the next level of this championship. All right, let's get it. I go ahead and go to Super Sim here, and I go to Jump Forward. And starting off right away, okay. This is a very defensive battle game so far, honestly. And it's 7-0. They got a safety. Okay, so the final score is 14-2. The 2002 Bengals got a safety on the 2024 Bengals. Wow, that was a mess of a game. To say the least, that was a mess. I mean, yeah. Achilles Smith, shout out to him for getting 2 points in that game. Technically, the defense got 2 points. I thought that was going to be a shutout, to be honest. All right, let's update the bracket. All right, so here is the updated bracket. We have one more game in round one, which is the 2022 Bengals versus the 1988 Bengals. So let's just see how this goes. But right now, our somewhat divisional round brackets are the 2019 Bengals versus the 2021. And it's going to be the 2024 versus... We'll find out in a second. All right, so now we have our next matchup, which is our 2022 roster versus 1988. So this is the 1988 Cincinnati Bengals, which, okay, we got Chris Collinsworth. We got some Anthony Munoz action here. By the way, I don't make the ratings. These are what the ratings technically would be if you translate 1988 till today. So some of these ratings, you know, higher than others than you might want them to be, but I'm not controlling it because I want to make it as just what the ratings would be if they were today. That makes sense. Anyway, though, the next team we have actually here is the Cardinals, which is the current 2022, the 2022 Cincinnati Bengals, led by Joe Burrow, who so far in this video has been very successful. Hayden Hurst, that offensive line is so mid. Oh, man. We had a long time of just mid offensive lines. But free safeties, strong safeties, and let's get right into the game, guys. All right, let's go into this first game. I kind of feel like this is going to end up with Joe Burrow in every single category. Like, obviously, this is to go to the championship. But this is just going to be Joe Shiesty video all day, every day. Yeah. 1988's great, bro, but you can't compete with Joe Shiesty. Shiesty is just, he's the best quarterback in Bengals history, man. And, yeah, this is, well, you know, in defense, the I meant to say the 88 Bengals didn't really have any. So, Boomer Esiason, 77 yards, couldn't really move the ball in this offense. In this defense of the Bengals. Rodney Holman did lead the team, but that wasn't much of anything. 0 sacks in this game, 0 interceptions for Scheistmeister here. 5 touchdowns, 319 yards, 73 yards for Joe Mixon. T. Higgins led the team, but all 4 scored here. Chase actually had a pretty bad game. 2 sacks for Clay Johnson, 1 for Logan Wilson, 1 for Trey, and 1 for Hubbard, and then some half a sacks as well. Yeah, that's a tough loss. That's a tough loss. Let me put it in there, though. All right, so here is our updated brackets. We are now into the divisional round of this video, where we have 2019 versus 2021. We have 2024 versus 2022. So the old ones, the old teams got knocked out. Obviously, 2002, one of the worst years for the Bengals, got knocked out. 2019 still sticking around, though. So We have arguably one of the worst teams in Bengals history versus our Super Bowl team. And we have our current roster versus the year after our Super Bowl team. So, where we went back to the AFC Championship and lost, sadly, to the Chiefs. So, let's keep it rocking and rolling, guys. All right, so we have the 2022 Bengals versus the 2024 Bengals. Let's see how this matchup goes and who comes out on top. It's the Joe Burrow versus the Joe Burrow. All right, so the Cowboys are the 2024 Bengals. The Bengals are the 2022 Bengals. So let's see if our current team can continue the run of glory. And so far, it is actually. And the current team wins. So the 2024 Bengals continues the dominance here, and it's going to continue down the line here. So I'm not sure why. Oh, okay. So 1 rush for 7 yards for Jamar Chase. Okay, interesting. Nonetheless, though, Zach Moss didn't get any carries in this game. Actually, kind of surprising. He's on the roster too, so I'm not sure why he didn't get any carries. Defensive. Why did Yoshi get a defensive? Okay, bro, what is this game? Yoshi played some defense. Okay, Yoshi got 1 tackle, so that's probably like an interception or something. I would guess like an interception or something, right? Did someone throw a pick? No one threw a pick. I'm not sure how he got tackled then. Wait, fumble. No? Then how? I don't even know. Anyway, though, Yoshi apparently got some defensive play in when he is a wide receiver, as it says. But, guys, let me update the brackets once. Also, a little side note, I didn't look at the other side. Joe Burrow did have 279 yards and 1 touchdown. P. Ryan had 7 yards and a score in this game. Joe Mixon led the team. I miss Joe. Anyway, though, T. Higgins led the team on the other side. And it looks like, well, the other side did not have Yoshi, so looks like Yoshi wasn't able to play any defense. Did they have any guy that was, like, random on their side? No. Apparently just Yoshi plays defense at this point. All right, so updated the bracket here. And now we have one of the 2 teams that's going to be in the championship, and it's the 2024 Bengals. So let's see how this 2019 versus 2021 one goes. And then we got the championship to go through, guys. 1 sec. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our next game here. This is going to be, what, the 2019 versus 2021. Winner of this game will go ahead and play against the other team, which is the 2024 team, for the championship here. So let me actually go ahead and add this capture thing here correctly. 1 second, yes. Think I have that correctly set up? I definitely do not. Wait, no I do. Okay, there we go. We Gucci. I'll make sure I have it set up correctly. Alright, so let's get into the Super Sim here. And let's see who wins and who progresses. So, remember, 2019 is the actual Bengals here. And then 2021 is the Colts, in theory. So far, the 2021 team is absolutely wrecking havoc on the 2019 team. Which, this does not even seem fair. So, yeah, nice way to start this off, boys. Alright, so Andy Dalton, your reign has come to an end. I'm so sorry, Dalton. But your reign of Cincinnati Bengals in this, tournament is over. And Shiesty has reigned superior. So that means our championship is going to be Shiesty versus Shiesty. Which is really not that surprising. But let's update the bracket. So our final is now 2021 Super Bowl team versus the 2024 Cincinnati Bengals. Let's get into the championship, guys. All right, let's get into our final game, our championship game between the 2021 Cincinnati Bengals and the 2024 Cincinnati Bengals. I'm really not surprised, but kind of, I don't know. Kind of in between when it comes to this. I kind of expected this, but I kind of didn't expect this at the same time. Like, this is a team we went to the Super Bowl with, obviously 2021. And this year, I think we could easily go win a Super Bowl with this squad that we have. So, yeah, it was kind of like the, perfect ending. And I love how this game goes to overtime as well. It goes to overtime, and this is just the best Bengal squads possible. You have Shiesty, 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown. Joe Mixon, I miss the man. I miss the man so much already. Mike Gesicki has a great day, but not much outside of that. Wow, it was a really kind of mediocre day overall-wise. Interception, 0 interception today. So, overall, guys, crazy video. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. It's official. We can put it actually in the mark right now. 1 second. Let me go ahead and take off the game capture, and let me do it like this. So, what was the final score? 23-17. So, it's 23-17. The 2021 Cincinnati Bengals wins it all. Peace out, guys.